Hello, I'm Elena Scott. During the second and final day of the 2013 Hose Manufacturers Conference in Akron, Ohio, Debbie Mitchell from NAHAD spoke about the association's Hose Safety Institute and what it does as well as where it's going.
I'm going to talk a little bit about your distribution channel today with NAHAD, the Association for Hose and Accessories Distribution. Back in '92, NAHAD took a look at what its members really needed and decided that having some guidelines around the specification, design, and fabrication of hose assemblies was going to be pretty critical for folks. So they pulled everybody together and created what has become the hose assembly guidelines. The board of directors created the standards committee, which is a combination of both distributors and manufacturers to oversee where everything was going. But why do we even care? Bottom line, hose assemblies affect business. We talked a little bit yesterday about particularly dangerous hydraulic applications where you can have loss of life. There are a lot of hose applications where you have major threats to the environment, very costly spills, a number of those things. So this is high on the minds of distributors, obviously higher on the minds of customers, but these are all issues that can crop up if hose assemblies are not done correctly. So these are all things that we wanted to make sure we were addressing in terms of our distributors and working with our distributors to better improve these types of things. So a little background on NAHAD if you're not familiar. Quick show of hands, how many of you work for companies that are NAHAD members? A few, okay, good. It's a great organization. I've really enjoyed being a part of it. But it's focused predominantly on distributors because it is a distributor organization, but where it really hits its sweet spot is the combination of manufacturers and distribution in the same organization, so we can really deal with a lot of issues that are common to both, and identify what the market, where the market's going, what are the needs, what are things that are happening. So it's been a very strong organization from that standpoint. The fabrication and design side of things is more what our guys refer to as the family jewels. What are the inside things that you've learned over the years about what works best around fabricating hose assemblies? So how do we pull that together and share that with balancing on the edge of competitive issues and stuff? So it's an interesting balancing process between defining what are best practices and what is something distinctively for each member. But there's been some great sharing of that, and these allow the really technical folks in the distributor organizations to better understand how their peers do the same type of work and to collectively raise the bar again on quality, safety, and reliability of the hose assemblies. So to become an Institute member, there are membership requirements. We ask that our distributors do a number of things. Right now, it is not an independent third-party audit process. It is a self-audit process. And these, frankly, are guidelines. They are not standards in the sense of ISO and SAE. We may move in that direction. That's a very complex process, so we'll be figuring that out as we go. But we ask that you have a certain number of your employees tested in all of this material, and that you are following all of these guidelines in your business. So it's a good process, and it's a good way for them to really think through what it is that they're doing from a business process standpoint, from a technical process standpoint, and ensuring that they've got a quality organization. It also provides them a great training and recognition program for their folks. A lot of these guys, particularly the smaller distributors, don't have access to a whole lot of formal training programs. They're typically expensive and difficult to come by. So this provides a way for folks to sit down, particularly those that are new to the industry. There's a wealth of information to walk you through how things work, how things got started, what to be aware of, all of that kind of stuff.